Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK, so out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. This is Thursday night scripture breakdown class. Uh, if anybody in the room got any questions, let me know. Uh, if anybody online has a question, let me know. I answer all questions. The title of the class is Fear the Most High. People questioned before, why should we be afraid of the Most High if we supposed to love the Most High? If we supposed to love God, why are we supposed to be afraid of him? Your love for him is the reason why you should be afraid of him. You should be afraid of disappointing him the same way you should be afraid to disappoint your father. The same way you should be afraid to disappoint your mother, to disappoint your brothers, disappoint your sisters. We should be afraid of those things. The same way we're supposed to fear the Most High. Not to the same degree, obviously, because the Most High is different than our physical family, but you want to be afraid of disappointing him because the things that could come from that, the destruction, it could be subtle, quiet. You'll never know that it's happening, but the Lord is quietly destroying you. And you don't know it. You'll be being destroyed and you won't even feel it until it actually hit. When things start going down for you, going south for you, that's when you'll know that the Lord really is punishing you for your lack of fear, you know? But it's a good thing to have a fear because fear keep you humble, you know? It keeps you from some of Christ. Fear keeps you from accepting glory that the Lord that belongs to him. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, pull that. Let's go to Exodus real quick. Um, let me see. Let's go to I'm sorry, let's go to Deuteronomy 32 and 50. Shoot. Yo man, grab that Bible. Matter of fact, start at verse hmm, yeah, about Shema Shabbat. What's going on, man? Yeah, start at verse 48.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 48. All Achium and Aquakian have.
Give everybody a second.
So, Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 48.
Look, it started verse 35 real quick, and then we're gonna jump down. It's a different thing, but I do want to bring this up as well. Yeah, it's a box like I ain't seen you in what, nigga? It's like MIA. Man. I see Raw Power every day down there. She on the camera. She been here cleaning up and stuff. Everybody there? Call up the verse again.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 35.
Hmm. Go ahead.
Now, to me belongeth vengeance and recompense.
Vengeance and recompense belong to the Most High. Don't ever feel like it's your place to take vengeance into your own hands, no matter if it's a brother, sister, or a heathen. No matter what type of heathen, don't ever feel like it's your place to take vengeance in your own hands. Why is that though? Why do y'all think that is? Do it.
Sluggy bucket, because for anyone else.
But that's the textbook answer, yes. But why though? Why? What could happen if you do it yourself?
Uh, you might do too much. You might go too far. I mean, we're not just. We're inherently emotional as people. You know, those highs, seas, and those all.
Yeah, but it's dangerous. It's dangerous for us to take vengeance in our own hands because we don't know what could come at the end of it. You might go and get vengeance for whatever need you feel like needs vengeance taken on it, right? And you think you might get away with it, but then later on the line, now you got the white man down your back. You got somebody in the streets down your back, and they ain't gonna talk to you. They ain't gonna give you no mercy. They just want vengeance. You know what I'm saying? Over something that you could leave alone and let the Lord deal with however He chooses to deal with. You know. Keep reading.
Come on. Their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand,
Mm-hmm.
and the things that shall come upon them make haste.
To see the things that's supposed to come upon people are coming faster than what you think they're coming. You may not see them happening, but they are happening. But those people don't fear the Lord, so they don't see it. They ain't even thinking about it. You fear the Lord, and you still waiting for it to happen. Your fear of the Lord is supposed to be the thing that gives you comfort, knowing that vengeance will come. The thing that you worry about is going to be taken care of. I bring this up because a brother asked me earlier this week about something specific, uh, and I had to break down to him that going to get vengeance is stealing from the Most High. That's not our thing to take. It's not our job to execute judgment against nobody. You can judge people. I'm not saying don't judge people, but I'm saying it's not your job to execute judgment. I mean, it ain't your job to go and steal from somebody who stole from you. It ain't your job to kill somebody who tried to kill you, to beat up somebody who. Now you better put your hands on somebody if they put their hands on you. I ain't saying don't do that. I'm not saying we defend ourselves in here, but outside of that, that flat out in your face 1-to-1 situation. Outside of that, it ain't our place to steal justice from the Most High. It's His job. It's His glory. He gets glory from it. You know what I'm saying? And that's supposed to strengthen your faith. You're supposed to already be comforted in the fact that the Lord is with you. You know the truth, and that the Lord's gonna get justice for you. But you also supposed to be comforted in the fact that when you see the justice actually happen, you know what I'm saying? A brother that you could run down on for running down on one of your people, you could kill him. You're gonna feel good in the moment, but you're going to jail. If not, if somebody else that he know don't come and kill you, right? But what happened when you let the system do its thing and he go away, right? The Lord deal with him. You still got your whole life because you part of being alive is staying alive for the people that you care about, living for them as well. Your life don't just belong to you. It's selfish to take yourself out the game because how you feel. You got to consider how the rest of your family feel, the people that love you feel. They still need you to be here. So no matter how hard and how tiring it get, you still got to keep fighting. Was that on it?
Come.
All right, go down to 50. Go ahead. We'll call it up.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 30, verse 48.
Yeah, 48, Salaki. Anybody got any questions? Anybody to up? All right, go ahead.
Come.
Hold on, Salaki, you had your hand up, sis? Okay, go ahead.
Verse 48. And the Lord spake unto Moses that self same day, saying, verse 49, get thee up into this mountain, Abram, Sluggy, Abara,
Mm-hmm.
unto Mount
Nebo.
Nebo, which is in the land of Moab.
Sidebar, do y'all know why Mount Nebo is important? Do you know why Mount Nebo is important? Do any of y'all know why Mount Nebo is important? It's a very, very important place. Not you. Watch one. Why is Mount Nebo important? Mount Nebo in the plains of Moab. We're in the land of Moab. Same difference. Yeah. Mount Nebo is where the tribe of Reuben. Well, go ahead, Kanaka. Yeah, but they gotta be way more specific than that.
was explaining that the children of Israel was there. It goes in the plains, so about plains and Moab.
Yeah, that was the land. That was the land that the children of Reuben took. They settled right under Mount Nebo. That's where Ruth is from. So when they call Ruth a Moabite, if the reason why it's important for you to know this is because they'll tell you that Ruth is a Moabite, and they'll say that because Christ had a Moabite in his lineage, that means the heathen can come into the kingdom. That the covenant is open to the heathen too. If you don't know this history, they'll cut you on that because the Bible literally says that Ruth is a Moabitish woman, but it doesn't say she's a Moabite. You know what I'm saying? But it does call her a Moabitish woman. And again, the reason why it's important is because Mount Nebo is where the tribe of Reuben settled. Generations later, Ruth was born, and she dwelt in under Mount Nebo. And you could argue, you could theorize that Ruth was a Reubenite. You don't know for sure because they don't specifically say it, but if she dwelt in that land, it's very likely that she was a Reubenite, right? But because that land was in the plains of Moab, the whole region still belonged to Moab. They just had that space in Mount Nebo. It's like the top left corner of their land, right? So that's why she's called a Moabitish woman, or they'll call her Ruth the Moabite. It's like saying to knock out the American. You know what I'm saying? Omar the American, the Nashvilleian. You know what I'm saying? Zabak the New Yorker. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. But that don't make her those people just because she dwell in that land. But keep reading.
God. That is over against Jericho. And behold, the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel for a possession.
Hmm.
Verse 50. And die in the mounts whither thou goest up, and be gathered unto thy people as Aaron thy brother died in the mounts, Horn, and was gathered unto his people.
You see? So he about to explain now. He told Moses to go up onto this mountain and die, right? Moses was big headed. He's going to explain it. Go ahead and read it. I'll explain it after they break it down.
Verse 51. Because ye trespassed against me among the children of Israel
Hmm.
at the waters of Meribah Kadesh in the wilderness of Zin, because he sanctified me not in the midst of the children of Israel.
You see, so Moses got big headed and he took glory that belonged to the Most High. He did a thing for his people, and instead of saying that the Lord did it, he took the glory for himself and Aaron. So the Lord sent Moses, or he sent Aaron up to a mountain and and he died. And then he told Moses, "Now that you done led the people here, to go up to the mountain, that mountain, and die." That's why we're supposed to fear the Most High, because every bit of glory, every great thing that you've ever done, none of it is done because of your skill, because of how great you are. It's done because the Lord gave you the ability to do it, flat out. No glory belongs to none of us. You know what I'm saying? I might teach an amazing, excellent class tonight, but it ain't because I did it. It's because the Lord gave me the tools to be able to do so. He put the people in my path beforehand to teach me well enough so that when it became my turn to teach, I was able to do it. You know what I'm saying? You'll never take glory from the Most High. So like, let's drop that. Let's go to Job 11 or 18 and 11. Now let's go First Corinthians 1 and 19. Right.
First Corinthians of Job.
First Corinthians 1 and 19. It's people that don't fear the Most High, they feel like they smarter than this book. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they're smarter than us that teach the truth. They got all the answers and all the knowledge, right? But then what did they do with that wisdom? That what they call wisdom. It's not real wisdom. Nothing. They destroy themselves with it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, read it.
This is the book of First Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 19. All Akim and Akothi and happy.
Yeah.
Verse 19. But I will come to you shortly.
Hold on. Wait. You in First Corinthians chapter 1?
So I can, for it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise,
Hmm.
and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent.
You see, the Lord didn't give this truth to the wise and the prudent. The people who got all the information, all the knowledge in the world today, the Lord didn't give the truth to them for a specific reason because they feel like that they because they got knowledge and because they got wisdom that they greater. People who got knowledge and wisdom don't like to share that. That's power, and people don't like to share power. So it ain't for all the wise people. If you somebody who don't know, who struggles to grasp extremely hard to grasp concepts, that's because your mind ain't geared to extremely hard to grasp concepts. Your mind is geared towards a more basic level of learning. That's why it's called milk. That's why we start with milk, because the world want to throw you out there to just to the wolves and expect you just to know. You ever see how you go on Indeed and apply for a job and they say they want 40 years of experience? Nigga, I'm only 13, 14 years old. What you mean? But it be like that though. They want you to have all this experience. That's how the white man's world works. You're not trained up to know things. They gatekeep the secrets to all of the architecture, science. They gatekeep the secrets to all the good jobs that don't require you to go to work every single day. You ever wonder how white people, when we be downtown working or whatever, or any slavery you got, you go to the gas station on your lunch and there's white people just walking up down the street, not a care in the world. How are they able to do that? Because they gatekeep the good jobs, the ones that don't require you to physically come in, that you only work 2 3 hours a day and make $130, $130,000 a year doing nothing. They gatekeep that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, most of that Christ. Yeah, they gatekeep that information. So the Lord said He's going to destroy the wise and the prudent. Keep read again.
Come. This is verse 19. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise
Hmm.
and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent.
Just bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. The people who prudent, look up that word. Give me a definition of prudent. The people that's prudent, their understanding is gonna be destroyed as well. Those people that you can't tell nothing. Oh, I'm about to say, can I look it up for me? Yeah, but yeah, their understanding will be destroyed, brought to nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Good.
Definition of prudent. Acting with or showing care and thought for the future.
Acting with or showing care. So it's people who focused on the future. People who think I got it all figured out. I got this planned out. I got that planned out. Shalom, Lord Christ, what's going on, man? All right. What's your name?
Check.
Oh, so that's you. Okay, most high Christ. Nice to meet you, bro. I ain't never seen you yet. All right. So you got any questions? Okay. So yeah. So to be prudent, read the definition again.
Acting with or showing care and thought for the future.
So, all right. So to be prudent is to be focused on the future, focused on having a plan and then waiting to see that plan executed. Now, ain't nothing wrong with planning ahead at all. You should definitely plan ahead. But when your planning ahead stops you from thinking about what the Lord might have planned in store, that's when the Lord gonna come and destroy you. That's why I say if you think you gotta understand, if you prudent and you think you gotta understand it, He gonna make that all mean nothing. You could have everything planned out and everything good to go, but you don't fear the Lord, then He'll destroy your plan. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Come.
Oh, call out where you at so the brother know where you at.
This is the book of First Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 20. 19 through 20. Verse 20.
Wait for the brother to get there. Again, if anybody in the room got any questions, let me know. And if anybody online got any questions, I'll answer all questions. Good.
Okay. What's the breakdown on snitching?
What do you mean? What's the breakdown on snitching?
No, I'm saying, what's our stance?
The ISUPK's official stance on snitching. We do not snitch. We don't believe in snitching. But you gotta understand the difference between what the world calls snitching and what actual snitching is. Right? For an example. Oh, go ahead, Slocky.
Like, the scripture we use to explain.
To explain it, huh. I'll get that answer for you next Thursday. There are precepts on snitching. I don't know them off the top of my head though. It don't specifically say snitching, but it definitely represents. Um, so one of them is what is that? Cast the mote before you. What is it before you judge the mote in your brother's eye? The how's it worded?
Say something for you.
The, yeah, the beam in your eye and the verse the mote in your brother's eye. That's that. You judging him, you're telling on him, but you out here doing the same crime with him. That's why I'm about to say, for example, the difference between just telling and snitching. I'm sorry, snitching and reporting a crime, how if you want to call it that, you know what I'm saying, is your involvement in it. If you out there in the streets, like what was my man, Takashi 6ix9ine, he was all involved in gang banging and he throwing it up and he all in niggas' hoods and shit. It's like excuse my language. He all in people's neighborhoods, which you charger. He all in people's neighborhoods talking. Swap. Yeah, Slumpy. So he all in people neighborhoods talking all that rah rah whatever, and then he ended up getting picked up. And when he got faced with all that time for activity that he was involved in, he told on everybody else to save his own life, to save his life. You know what I'm saying? That's snitching. That's evil as hell to do, right? But if you're a victim of a crime, somebody do something to you, you are responsibility to you, your loved ones, your neighbors, everybody in your community to tell who did the wrong thing, right? An example of that is give me in the Apocrypha, the book of Susanna. Um not Susanna, yeah, it's the book of Susanna, yeah, with Daniel. Go ahead, Kabashwan.
Like Matthew 26:24 be a quick precept for snitching.
Go ahead, read it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 26 and verse 24. The Son of Man go up as it is written of him. For woe unto the man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It had been good for that man if he had not been born. Like that when he found out that Judas had told him out because he said it's silver.
That is a good example. You can use that, but you have to really explain that because technically Judas wasn't doing nothing. He was with Christ, so I guess technically that still falls under the same category. So yeah, that's still snitching no matter how you slice it, because he still was rolling with Christ. You know what I'm saying? But I call that betrayal more so than snitching. But it's betrayal. Snitching is betrayal, though. Go ahead.
So would Gucci man be a snitch?
My opinion on that is no, because Gucci ain't in the streets no more. He can talk about being in the streets, but Gucci is a corporate. He makes music. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Even if afterwards he made this song,
That's rap beef. That's cool and all that, but Gucci ain't in the streets. You know what I'm saying? He reported a crime that was committed against him and his label and his place of business. That's not snitching. That's not him involving himself in illegal activity, but illegal activity came to him. He's a victim of a crime. Whether he likes to admit it, where anybody likes to admit it or not, that's he's not involved. There's nothing street about that. He's a victim of a crime. Go ahead.
But isn't that like when you're in the game and then nothing catches up to you until you get out the game?
I mean, yeah, that's why you don't. That's why you ain't supposed to be selling wolf tickets if you ain't ready to back that stuff up. You get the wolfing, and then the past come catch up to you. You still got to back up them tickets you sold. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I said, that's not. I don't call that snitching because he's a victim of a crime. It's not like he was. Did he put a gun up Pooh Shiesty's head? Did he put his hands on him? What did he do? He said words to him, right?
what I know, he was like he wasn't trying to pay him, but like doing some
Right. So right. So Pooh Shiesty, there's a whole way to handle that. I'm gonna give you an example, right? So let's say we in the time of the Bible, right? We in the time of the Old Testament, where the Levites are the police, right? And we got the law, and you see somebody breaking the law, you gon' let's say that same situation happened actually, except during the time of Levi. Are you not gonna tell Joshua? Well, is that why is that not snitching?
I mean, we kind of the street like can't talk to the police at all. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't okay though. That's the problem. But the problem ain't necessarily with us at that point. The problem is with the police system as a whole. Vengeance is supposed to belong to the Most High. It's supposed to be a system where we have priests, we have our own law deal with the criminals in our vicinity, on our community. That way we aren't responsible for what happens with it. You know what I'm saying? But because of the way the world is now, our community ain't policed by us. It's policed by white people. It's by white supremacy in their system. And according to their system, uh, you can do next to nothing and still get damn near shot by them. You know what I'm saying? So any involvement with them just looks like snitching. Even when you a victim of a crime that ain't got nothing that couldn't possibly get nobody else messed up legally, you'll still get looked at as a snitch because you're just talking to the police. And that's where the problem comes. That's why little girls get assaulted, little girls get molested, little boys get molested and get raped. People get hurt and no one says anything about it because they don't want to be looked at as a snitch. I gotta take it into my own hands. What you're doing is you're stealing justice from the Lord. Now you're perpetuating a cycle of violence. Now the community is worse off. You know what I'm saying? It's not doing nothing to fix the situation. The whole stigma about snitching, it has to be corrected. Otherwise, you got that in one of y'all got that in Apocrypha, the book of Susanna. Does anybody have it?
No, I got
You know what I'm talking about, right? Give me the part where Daniel spoke up for the sister. To give y'all context, in the book of Susanna, it's about a sister. She's very, very beautiful. These two old men, they both priests. They watching her take a bath and they try to run down on her and coerce. What's the word? Not coerce. They try to convince her to have sex with them. And when she didn't, they was gonna tell the judge, the rest of the nation, that they caught her in adultery, committing adultery against her husband. The other man ran off, but they caught her. She said she'd rather die. Go ahead and tell them what you want to tell me. I'd rather die a righteous death than to lie and keep my life. You know what I'm saying? But Daniel stood up for her. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, read it.
the book of Susanna, chapter 1 and verse 45. Therefore, when she was led to be put to death, the Lord raised up the Holy Spirit of a young youth whose name was Daniel.
Right. So the Lord raised Daniel up to speak on her behalf, right? It's not a one-to-one to snitching because he wasn't there to tell on them. He made them tell on themselves, though. You know what I'm saying? It ain't had nothing to do with him. We call that dry snitching in the hood, though. When you don't got nothing to do with the situation, but you start asking questions that could lead to the one party or the other party getting messed up, that's dry snitching. That's really what Daniel did. But what he did was save that sister's life. But we gonna call him a snitch for it? No, because she wasn't wrong. She didn't do nothing wrong. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 46, who cried with a loud voice, I am clear from the blood of this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Then all the people turned them toward him and said, what mean these words that thou hast spoken?
Right.
So he standing in the midst of them said, are ye such fools, ye sons of Israel, that without examination or knowledge of the truth, ye have condemned the daughter of Israel?
You see what I'm saying? So instead of flat out just saying that these niggas is lying, he started making everybody else question what these old men told them about this sister, the story. Instead of just letting it be what it be, these old men gonna get off. No, he ain't got no respect to a person, whether they old, whether they men of authority, men with rank or not. If they wrong, they wrong. They tried to take advantage of that sister. And instead of letting it happen, Daniel spoke up like a man. Go ahead.
So a lot of about good. That reminds me of the precept that says, "Let us hear the conclusion of all life." You know,
I'm gonna pull that later too, but that's another example of it. Yeah. Was that keep going?
Verse 49. Return again to the place of judgment, for they have borne false witness against us.
There you go. Now he just flat out full blown snitched on them. So there's no one-to-one verse that says it's bad to snitch on people, not to snitch on people. But it's a situational thing. If there's a victim involved, if it's a crime being committed to somebody and it goes against the laws, then it ain't snitching. That's the black and white. We in the truth. We're not in the streets. We're not in the world. If it's a crime being committed that goes against the laws, what Pusheisty did to Gucci goes against the laws. What Gucci did to him was, can you call that usury? Did he pay Pusheisty any money?
Short now.
He shorted him. Well, then Pusha is guilty of taking vengeance into his own hands. Then at that point, which is why it played out the way it played out. According to the law, he wasn't supposed to do nothing. He was supposed to bring it to the elders. He was supposed to go and tell whoever law enforcement was in that situation. And unfortunately, in this world, it's the white man, it's the Jewish man at that. But he was supposed to go and go fight that legal battle. But he ain't in the truth. He in the streets. So he did what he chose he was gonna do. But we can't call what Gucci man did snitching because we in the truth. We can't look at that as snitching because he broke the law. He committed a crime against Gucci man. Gucci did commit a crime against him, but instead of doing what he was supposed to do, he tried to kill the nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not advocating for no type of snitching at all. And the official UPK stance is that we don't advocate for snitching. But again, that's very, very subjective. It's only talking about when you're the victim of a crime. Not talking about if you were involved in some street shit and some street shit come back your way. Not talking about if you selling Wolves tickets back in the day and some catch up to you later on. That's not talking about that. It's talking about right here, right now. I'm not doing nothing wrong to nobody, and I'm a victim of a crime. If a woman get molested, but she been dressing like a whore for the past 3 years, I can't call her a snitch for telling on the nigga that molested her. She's a victim of a crime. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Yes, no. Go ahead.
I was gonna say usually it's not even only the sisters. Like nobody would call sisters woman. It's usually just for literally a black man, or like not even an elders, literally like a younger black man. You know what I'm saying?
You know what that means? We gotta fix their way of thinking. That's where the problem lies. Pooh Shiesty had all that money to pay for his man, his father, and himself to get to Gucci Man from wherever the hell he was at. Why come he ain't paid for a lawyer? Why is the first instance think to commit violence against our brothers? He literally ain't no broke nigga. He's not a street nigga. He's not a. He didn't have to go the route he went. You get what I'm saying? He got all that money. He could have used it to get what he needed to get done. Done. He didn't have to resort to violence, but his first instinct was to resort to violence. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Gucci man, who's been to prison multiple times for violence. Pooh Shiesty, who just got out not too long before he went back, it would have looked better on him if he would have went straight to the courts, went straight to the legal system and fought the legal battle. He most likely would have won in the end of it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Versus taking matters into your own hands. Now you see the judgment that coming. Where Gucci at? He's still at home doing stupid dances and you know what I'm saying, carrying on. Meanwhile, Pusha then he ain't get his money. Now he locked back up, away from his family, away from his father, everybody. Was it worth it? No, you ain't get nothing out of it, nigga. You lost. And that's why I never understood though. Maybe having all this money, especially these celebrities and these entertainers, whatever, they got all this bread just to do some street shit and get locked up. Like, why? What's the point of being rich then? You could have done that broke. You could have stayed a broke nigga. You ain't have to be in the public eye. You could have ran down on Gucci man, robbed him, and been done. But because niggas know who you are now, now you famous. Now it's not as a slap on the wrist incident. Now we got to really make an example out of you because you're a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens when you take vengeance from the Most High. Then you become a victim. You become his victim. Was that on that? So that's all I needed from that. We'll go back to where we was at.
Con. This is First Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 20. About the event.
First Corinthians 1 and 20. So like go ahead.
Con. Verse 20. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world?
Right. So where are the people who's really saying that the things that's going on in this world is wrong? Like we just discussed about snitching. The world views snitching completely different than what the scriptures tell us what snitching really is. The world views you being a victim real quick. So you brought up how people don't say anything about women, right? They only talk about the men. That way of thinking itself is bad too because little boys get sexually assaulted, right? Young brothers get molested by older women, and we look at it as a badge of honor when really that's damaging. You know what I'm saying? Look at R. Kelly. He's a prime example of that. Great music artist, arguably the greatest R&B artist ever. But because of things that happened to him when he was a child with older women, it overly freaked him out. And look what he did to people now. He hurt other little girls. You know what I'm saying? It can't just be man or woman thing be subjective. I mean, it can't be subjective. It has to be objective. It has to be flat out black and white. This is right. This is wrong. Right. So the question is being asked: where are the people that's going to dispute this? That dispute the thinking of the world, thinking it's cool to be out selling drugs, thinking it's cool to be out uh, putting your hands on women. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that all them things that we did in the world that some people ain't done, but think about doing in the world. Where is the people who going to speak up against that? That's what's being asked. Keep going.
Hath not God made foolish the wisdom of this world?
It's foolishness. We shouldn't be arguing about whether or not what Gucci did was snitching because we have the wisdom of the truth. But when you stuck under the wisdom of the world, when your lens is limited to just what the streets teach you, then you're gonna dispute whether or not somebody's a victim of a crime or not, whether somebody deserves to be ostracized or criticized because they did something to protect themselves when they was a victim of a crime. You know what I'm saying? The lens the world wants us to view every situation in is protect myself and damn everybody else. That's what led to the destruction of the black household. I'm worried about me, and I ain't got time to be worried about you. You know how you know that that's true? Because we got gay little boys and girls, little gay children, right? We got fathers out here, specifically fathers they all like, I don't care if they gay as long as they don't bring it to my house. I don't care if they gay as long as they don't put it in my face. But they go to school with your baby. The gay person got a gay kids that they raising that they done adopted and stole from somebody, and they're sending them to school with that ideology. They're getting it into the schools and surrounding your children with it. So it becomes your problem later on when you could arm your children to defend themselves from that ahead of time. But the wisdom of the world don't teach you to do that. The wisdom of the world is to accept everybody. Let them live how they live as long as it don't affect me. You can't think that way. You have to be thinking what's a detriment to the community. Because if you don't, you will become a victim of the dangers that's being flooded into the community. You understand? Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Uh,
Keep going.
Verse 21. For after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God.
Hmm.
It pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
The whole job of our job is to teach wisdom to them that believe. Them that believe are the ones who hear the things. The breakdown I just gave y'all, that's what them for them that believe. They need to hear that so that they can understand that the way the world wants you to think is not the way that the Lord would have you think. You can't do this job if you don't have make a mental separation between the truth and the world, because the lens of the world is very, very, very narrow. Shoot, arguably, oh, I could argue that the lens for the truth is more narrow actually, because it's black and white. This is what the law is. This is what we have to do. And if you do anything other than that, I can break down to you why you're wrong in doing it. But you're wrong in doing it flat out. Versus the world, they just give you an open lane to just do whatever you want, right? But it's all predicated on you worried about getting yours, only worrying about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the right way to be. Salakia. Let's go. Drop that. Go to jump down to verse 20, 25.
Verse 25. Because the foolishness of God is wiser than man.
To be foolish in the truth, you still more wise than men. Meaning that if you ain't you new in the truth, you don't know nothing but the milk. That's all you know is the basic things about what it is to be an Israelite and our duty. What's the whole duty of man? Give me that verse. Kanak y'all put it. It's 7. It's 10.
Yeah, chapter 13.
13. Go ahead.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Hmm.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
That's it. That's all we supposed to be thinking. If your only understanding in life is that on the very, very basis level, you're more wise than any wise man in the world. He know all the sciences, he know all the maths, he knows critical thinking, whatever. He knows all these things. You're more wise than him though, because he knows things on how to that'll benefit him, he himself. You know the thing that's gonna fix our people. You know the thing that's gonna save your life when it comes time to make a real serious decision between what's right and what's wrong. The thing that helps you make the right choice is knowing that you have a responsibility to the Most High, that you have to keep His law. That's gonna always steer you the right way, right? Keep going, Canuck, or young man.
Come. And the weakness of God is stronger than men.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Verse 26. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
So not many wise men after the flesh, men that think they know something in the world, not many men that's got a real good high standing name. You notice how everybody in this room ain't none of us celebrities. Ain't none of us top tier rappers. We done went triple diamond in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of these sisters well known strippers. Lord willing. It's like I'm just playing. It's like but you know what I'm saying? These sisters, these ain't sisters that's in the streets. You know what I'm saying? These ain't big names. You know what I'm saying? That's what this verse is saying. These ain't people that's we ain't people that's great in the world's on the world's level. You know what I'm saying? But we the ones who is called. They're not because they're not gonna give up what they got. They got what they got because they were selfish. They got what they got because they was worried about what they wanted to do, doing things how they wanted to do, and not having no real sense of morality. There's nothing that governs them except the money. The bag is the only thing that they worried about. Versus us in here, we got a real sense of morality, and that stops us from doing things that we shouldn't. Keep reading.
Verse 27.
Verse 27.
But God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the
You
wise.
see, what we teach here, it sounds foolish and it confounds the wise people, the people that's in the world that think they got wisdom. What we teaching is crazy. It don't make sense. You telling me that if a brother owes another brother money, he don't do nothing to him, he just denies him the money, and that other brother come and do something to him, the brother that did something to him is wrong? Yeah. Because the law said it is wrong. God said it is wrong. Because the right action, according to the law, is to take that brother to the council, take him to council, and then let the people who actually supposed to deal with the situation deal with the situation. At the end of the council, you'll get what you're supposed to get. But if you don't do that, then it won't happen. Now you're wrong for taking vengeance into your own hands. Now the Lord gonna come and kill you, and it's because you deserve it, right? There's a situation right in the story in the book of Joshua where they was going to war with a whole bunch of different nations, and then they started losing randomly. The reason they started losing is because one brother stole a damn garment. It was a Babylonian garment, and he hid it up under his tent. He buried it, right? Instead of talking to Joshua and letting him know, like, hey, I did a thing, you know what I'm saying? He let them continue going to war, and they kept losing. So then he started asking questions. He asked the Most High, what's going on? Why we losing? We serving you. Well, yeah, but it's one nigga that ain't. And so the Lord dealt with him. He told Joshua, go get him, find out who he is, and kill him. Joshua didn't just kill him, he killed him, his family, and everything that they owned. They sheep, they cattle, everything. Destroyed it all. Judgment will come. It's not for you to handle judgment on your own. You're supposed to let the judgment come the way the Lord planned for it to come. None of us are more wise than him. None of us have foresight. None of us can see the future. We don't know how it might play out. It might play out in a way that you don't want it to play out. The nigga that did something wrong might fuck around and walk. And there ain't nothing you supposed to be able to do about it. You know why? Because that's not your choice. It's not for you to take that vengeance in your hands. You have to put your faith in the most high, wait for him to do what he gonna do. Go ahead.
So lucky if I could. In that scenario, the Most High told Joshua to kill that soldier, right?
Mhm.
He didn't tell him to kill him. So
Let's go read it. I think it's in Joshua 6. Let me see.
You know where you at?
Yeah, it's about helping him out. Make sure he's keep up with us. I'm looking for the verse. It's not if you can find it before me, go ahead, pull it. It's 9-6. Let me see. 20? Damn, I'm way off. Joshua 20. No, not that. It's not it. was it Joshua 7?
7:21.
All right, so let's go back to hmm, start at verse 19.
7:19.
Yeah. Probably got a preset. What does it say? Ephesians 5 and 6 and 7. We get to that precept after this.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 7, verse 19. Al Akim al Qadri
Go ahead.
And Joshua said to Achan, my son, give, I pray thee, glory to the Lord God of Israel, and make confession unto him,
Mm-hmm.
and tell me now what thou hast done. Hide it now, hide it not from me. Verse 20. And Achan answered Joshua and said, indeed,
Slack it. You asked about that. Slack it. Go back to verse 14.
verse 14. In the morning, therefore, ye shall be brought according to your tribes, and it shall be the tribe which the Lord taketh shall come according to the families thereof, and the family which the Lord shall take shall come by households, and the households which the Lord shall take shall come man by man.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 15. And it shall be that he that is taken with the accursed thing shall be burnt with fire, he and all that he hath,
Slack it. So the Lord told him to kill him and everything that he had. That's the answer to your question. Slack it.
because he hath transgressed the covenant of the Lord, and because he hath brought fully in Israel.
Right. So as you can see, that's judgment from the Most High, and it don't gotta be. It ain't always gonna be so small to where it's just limited to you because you disobeyed the Lord. He literally did nothing. He went to battle like he was ordered to. He pillaged like he was ordered to, but he wasn't supposed to take nothing. But he took something. He kept it. And so instead of just punishing him, the Lord killed him and everything that he had, everybody that he loved, his whole immediate family, all of them gone. Right. And we're gonna read it. Go ahead. Go back down to 21.
Verse 21. When I saw among the spoils a goodly Babylonish garment.
Start 20, Slacky, so people know.
Verse 20. And Achan said to Joshua, and Achan answered to Joshua and said, indeed, I have sinned against the Lord God of Israel,
Mm-hmm.
and thus have I done.
Keep going.
Verse 21. When I saw among the spoils a goodly Babylonish garment, and 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold of 50 shekels weight, then I coveted them and took them.
So he saw what's really next to nothing, something that didn't matter. He gave up the covenant. He gave up his life for some pocket change and a garment. That's like you. That's like you. It's like you kicking a brother dough in, stealing a coat and a couple dollars, man. You know. Keep going.
Come. And behold, they are hid in the earth in the midst of my tent,
Mm-hmm.
and the silver under it. Verse 22. So Joshua sent messengers, and they ran unto the tent, and behold, it was hid in his tent, and the silver underneath
Right.
it. Verse 23. And they took them out of the midst of the tent, and brought them unto Joshua, and unto all the children of Israel, and laid them out before the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 24. And Joshua and all Israel with him took Achan, the son of Zerah.
Jump forward. Jump all the way down to 25.
Verse 25. And Joshua said, why hast thou troubled us? The Lord shall trouble thee this day.
Mm-hmm.
And all Israel stoned him with stones, and burned them with fire, after they stoned them with stones.
Right. So They stoned him, not only him, but him and his family, his loved ones, everything he had. Then they burned everything with fire. You know what I'm saying? That's the danger of taking vengeance from the Lord. Not taking vengeance, but not fearing the Most High. When you start to think that you can do what you want to do, you wise in the ways of the world, you might come up in the world. You might get a couple shekels of silver, piece of gold, and a nice garment, nice coat. But you don't want what's the Lord gonna send after that, though. You know what I'm saying? But that's what ended up happening to him. That same thing happened to Judas. He betrayed Christ for 30 pieces of silver, and then he lost his life. He killed himself, right? Fuck it. Drop that. What was we at? We were still in Corinthians.
Con.
Okay, let's drop that. Let's go to hmm. Let's go to Hebrews 13 and 16. Yeah, let's go to Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 16. When the Lord put men in your life to give you guidance, it's in your best interest to take heed to them. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even necessarily got to be so super deep, like it's a everything's biblical, everything's Bible, everything. You know, it didn't always got to be that. You could have like you, young brother. You could have an older brother that's trying to tell you the right things to do, and instead of bucking it because it ain't the fun thing to do, it's the right thing to do, and you should listen because he could be saving you a whole lot of trouble that you don't see coming your way because you the person in the situation. You know, you want to give the keys to somebody who's on the outside. That way, it's not a bias about what you want. That's when that you're not being told what you want to hear. You're being told what you need to hear. You're being taught what you need to learn. You know what I'm saying? You got that?
Mm, con.
Hebrews chapter 13. Go ahead.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 16. Al Akim and Al have verse 16. But to do good and to communicate, forget not.
Mm-hmm.
With such sacrifices, God is well
The
pleased.
Lord is pleased when we communicate with each other. You don't take vengeance against a brother without talking to the brother. You ain't supposed to take vengeance in your own period, but make it a point to talk to the brother. Matthew 18, was it 18:15? Yeah. Say go to him and him alone. That's the first step. You talk to the person that you got a problem with before you just take action against them. You shouldn't take action against them, period. But you definitely should talk to them first because the person might not know that they wronged you. It happens sometimes. You know what I'm saying? They might say something that they didn't mean in an offense to you, but you might take it that way. You might be mad. You'll harbor a grudge, and that'll cause a schism versus a situation where you could just talk to them like, hey, I ain't like how you talked about me here. I ain't like what you said about me there, or what you said to me in this situation, or how you talked to me in that situation. And it could be squashed because if a brother is really your brother, it ain't never his intention to hurt you. It ain't never his intention to offend you. But you might be offended by a brother, and he might not know. That's why it's important to talk to brothers. Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 17. Obey them that have the rule over you.
And you obey the ones that have rule over you. For you in here, a brother got rank over you, you need to obey what he's telling you to do. The reason why is because he's telling you what you need to do to be successful in here, to either get your life together, fix whatever is wrong in your life, fix your way of thinking, fix situation that you're involved in. And all of this is built into counsel. You go to the men above you because they're a little bit more wise than you. They can give you instruction. Because again, you're going to look at the situation from how it benefits you, what you want. And it can't just be what you want. It can always be for your benefit, but it can't just be about what you want. Sometimes it'll be you're gonna have to just shut the hell up and just take whatever is happening so that you can move forward to a better thing in the future. Sometimes it ain't for you to act right here in this moment. Right now, it's not the time for you to feel how you feel. You can feel how you feel you want to, but you need to fix how you feel because right now might not be the time for that. You got other more pressing matters to focus on. It can't be this. Your head can't stay here. Right? Keep going.
Come, and submit yourselves.
Hmm.
For they watch for your soul.
Because they watching for your soul. They looking out for you. They seeing the trouble that's coming your way that you can't see because you blinded by your desire. You blinded by what you want. The blinders are on. You got tunnel vision. If I do this, I'm gonna get to this goal. You don't see the left hook coming over here, the right hook coming from over there, the uppercut coming from below. Nigga threw a rock at you from behind you, and you don't see it because all you see is right in front of you. So you need somebody on the outside looking in to see what's going on around you, so they can help you make the best decision that's for you. Keep going.
as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy
Mm-hmm.
and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you.
Right. It's profitable for you, for the people that look out for you, to have a good report about you, or to have a good report for you in situations. Again, it's not always going to be a good report. Don't always mean it's something that you want. A good report is good guidance, is good wisdom, good instruction, which way you should go. That's a good report, right? Drop that. Anybody got any questions before I continue? Everybody 12. Let's get that. What's that? Parak posted Ephesians 5 and 6. I ain't got my glasses. Let's go to Ephesians 5 and 6 real quick. Read what Parak talking about.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 6. Let no man deceive you with vain words,
Hmm.
for because of these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience.
Upon the children of disobedience, right? Again, this is an example of how we not supposed you supposed to fear God before anything else. Hold on. Can I pull Psalms 110 and 1? Or is it 111 and 10? Let me see. 111 and 10. Pull Psalms 111 and 10. Go ahead.
Book of Psalms, chapter 111, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. That's how you gain real wisdom, is when you operate solely in the framework of the law. When that governs and dictates what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do, it'll change how you talk to brothers. It'll change how you talk to sisters. It'll change how you think about dating women. It'll change how you think about dating men if you're a sister. It'll change how you think about life in general. You won't be so quick to act. You'll stop and consider, well, what does the law say about this? Taking the 2 seconds to even think that could be the whole thing that stops you from catching a bullet that wasn't meant for you. You could literally be in the heat of anger about something completely unrelated about what you're mad about, and you go outside on your front porch in a fit of rage and you get clipped by a stray bullet. It wouldn't have caught you though if you would have stopped and thought logically, what would the Lord have me do? What does the law say about in this situation? They owe you money. Should I run them down? Should I wait and talk to him later on when I'm more calm and I can figure out why he ain't gave me my money? Maybe he got a situation. Maybe it's a situation you can help him figure out. And at the end of it, you still get your bread. Or maybe it's just you need to talk to this brother because he's out spending money, but he got your money, but he ain't giving it to you. You need to go talk to him, and maybe just you having a conversation with him will scare him because he wasn't expecting to see you face to face, and he just give you your bread. But the action ain't the response ain't never just run down on this nigga, put your hands on you. You know what you gonna do now? If you're a coward, he gonna call the police on you. We call that snitching. He owe you money, he called the police on you. In the world, we call that snitching. But you wrong for that though, because the law say you wrong for that, right? Keep going. In Ephesians, Slacky. Keep going. Ephesians 5,
Uh,
6.
well, come upon. For because of these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of
Mhm.
disobedience. Verse 7. Be not ye therefore partakers with them.
Don't be partakers with them. That's a good precept, Parak. Don't be partakers of their judgment with them. The Lord's wrath is coming whether you like it or not. If you break the law, it's coming. If you mistreat people, it's coming. If you not people. If you mistreat your brothers and sisters, it's coming. Because you not only hurting them, you disobeying, you disrespecting the Lord's law, you disrespecting him by mistreating your brother, mistreating your sister. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna take vengeance against you. It's like any father would. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain way we're supposed to deal with each other, and when we don't, that's when we fall victim to the curses. All the curses about how brothers. Give me drop that. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. Or is it 55? I think it's 54. Yeah, 54. This is an example. This curse is a prime example of what I'm talking about. The law, keeping the law, fearing the Most High, is what keeps us from this. Our community turning into this. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54.
Mm-hmm.
So that the
Check on
man,
everybody, make sure they got it.
I'll argument on quality and have. Uh,
Hold on. Let the sister get there. Go ahead.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate,
Mm-hmm.
his eyes shall be evil towards his brother and towards the wife of his bosom.
Right? His eye will be evil towards his brother and towards the wife of his bosom. That's one of the curses that plagues us today because we disobey the law, because the law tells us how to deal with each other. It tells us brothers how to deal with one another in all situations. There's laws against usury, there's laws against borrowing money. There's a verse in the Bible that talk about if you give a nigga money, you don't ask for it back. Let him have it. But he's supposed to show you brotherhood and bring it back to you if he got it, whenever he got it. You know what that stops? That stops violence over money. Uh, keep going, keep going.
And towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Brothers make up excuses. They'll find any reason not to be fathers to their children. And then our law it teaches us not to be that way. Following the law, it doesn't. Fatherless homes in the Black and Hispanic community should not exist. If we followed the law, they wouldn't exist. But because we don't follow the law, we think we wise, take the wisdom of the world, where they say, "Well, leave that bitch, man. You don't got to deal with her. You leaving that baby, and that baby ain't got no father. Now what? Now that woman is relying on the system. Now your baby is subject to whatever the system is doing to your baby. You know what I'm saying? But all of that is your fault because you ain't in the home, because you left your babies. These are the curses of the law that's affecting our community because we don't keep the law. Keep reading.
Uh, Verse 55. So that he will not give to any of them the flesh of his children.
Wait, hold on. Go back.
Verse 54.
Yeah, read the rest of 54.
And towards the remnant of his children which he shall leave.
No, go back. You skipped over the wife.
So, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother
Mm-hmm.
and toward the wife of his bosom.
And toward the wife of his bosom. I don't know if y'all know, but recently, in recent, like this year, there's been a spike in domestic violence from black men towards black women. There's a brother who we had like 8 kids, and he killed his whole family in Louisiana. That's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to be able to happen. So then in the world, you would think, well, damn, what she do to what did she say to him or do to him to make him do that? That should never be the thought process either. She shouldn't be able to do or say nothing to you that make you unalive your whole family, kill all your babies and her, and then yourself. That shouldn't be a thing. If we obeyed the law, that wouldn't happen. And even if she did something or said something that made him that angry, she wouldn't have done that if we had the law brought from childhood. If we learned the law and kept the law since children, the things that whatever it is that she did that made him snap like that, both of them, neither one of them would be unalived. It wouldn't have happened. Keep reading.
No, God.
Go 56 or 50, yeah, 5.
Continue 50.
No, go to 56.
No, God. Verse 56. The tender and delicate women among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground.
So there was one point where our sisters was so fair and so delicate that they wouldn't even walk on the sand. Not their bare feet. They would not walk without shoes on. Not saying there's nothing wrong with sisters walking around without shoes now, but y'all had grocery store feet. That's y'all fault. Slacking. But keep going. There's a point where y'all wouldn't walk around without no shoes, but y'all, the world to y'all just to be hot and ass, and there's a whole dynamic now that they done a stigma that they done put on black women, putting black women's minds to be like white women. White women walk around with no shoes on. White women walk around with hole all on their what they call tar heels. They got tar all on their feet and shit. That's white women stuff, man. Walk around in the mud and not washing themselves. Black women ain't supposed to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
For delicateness and tenderness. Her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom.
The black woman having every reason to kick the black man out if it means for personal gain, right? We look at celebrities and it's factually true that most of the time it's a white girl that steal all the black athlete money. But there are black women that do it as well. And it's not supposed to happen. There's black women that do that same thing to niggas in the hood. He ain't no superstar athlete, but he got a little bit of bread. And they do the same thing to him. She'll set you up and backdoor you. And you'll never see it coming. That's not supposed to happen. Keep going.
Um, and towards her son and towards her daughter.
Towards her son and her daughter. Towards her son specifically, right? She trying to do everything she can to be a good mom, good single mom. But all she's doing is exposing her son to weakness. There's no masculinity being poured into him. So now when he becomes homosexual, it's because the influence of the world is there. And this his mother, her job is to be there to love her son no matter what. And she's gonna do that. But by doing that, she's making him weak. He doesn't know that he's not being shown that what he's doing and what he's thinking is wrong. So he gonna lean more into whatever feels good because mama's gonna support me no matter what. I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. The first time I went to jail, my mama was there. She paid no, matter of fact, she didn't pay my bond. No. She came and visited me. The first time I went to jail. Every other time I went to jail, she didn't even come and visit me. She put money on the books the first time I was in there. Every other time I went to jail, there was no money put on my books. There wasn't no money on the phone. Nothing. My mama wasn't no what they call a helicopter parent. I've messed up. I got one time to mess up. After that, I was on my own. Cause you're gonna keep doing it. I'm not finna waste my time trying to save you from yourself. You're gonna keep messing up. And it took me bumping my head a million times before I figured it out, but I figured it out. But some brothers don't figure it out until it's too late. They act in their emotion, they get angry, and they go do something that costs them their freedom, that costs them the rest of their life. That happens. You have to be an adult. You have to be a man and say, no, I'm not gonna do this. But if you ain't raised by nothing but women, you're gonna look to the streets to find your wisdom. And the streets gonna give you the wisdom of the world. And then you way more likely to go and act off impulse and angry. Why? Because they act like that. It's a cycle. If we have the law, we don't think that way. Because the law prevents this from happening. It prevents our sons to be exposed and vulnerable to white supremacy and the way of the world, the thinking of the world. It prevents our sons from being exposed to homosexuality, being taken advantage of by some nigga that my mama done brought home or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Verse 57. And towards her young one that cometh out from beneath, from between her feet.
And towards her baby. I ain't even go on her daughter, Slocky. There's women who daughters get molested, get raped by the nigga that she dealing with, and she tells her, and she'll deny it because she don't want to lose him. She'll cover it up because she don't want to lose him. That's evil, and that's not supposed to happen. Keep going, Slocky. Read that verse again.
Verse 57. And towards her young one that cometh out from between her feet,
Keep going.
and towards her children, which she shall bear.
Right. So that's talking about abortion. Not just abortion. No, you got women that me and my rib been watching Snowfall, and you know what I'm saying, we saw a whole lot of uh, the effects of the crack epidemic on that show. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of the show. But for real life, women trade their babies for dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all familiar with the Temptations? Y'all know who David Ruffin is. His mama did that to him for some dope. You know, he got off easy because a lot of brothers, a lot of babies don't live. A lot of them they end up being trafficked or end up being killed somewhere, dead. You know what I'm saying? But that's something that women have been. I don't want to make an excuse for it. It's a demon. That's all it is a demon. Women chose to break the law and they trade their babies for profit. You know, that's another example I was talking about earlier, though, about how we supposed to put the keys in the hands of somebody else on the outside. If you struggling like that, where you on the verge of selling your baby, You definitely don't need to have control over your life. Somebody else does. You need to have somebody who you trust to have authority over you to tell you what you need to do and don't need to do. Because if you don't, your baby gonna end up in the trash can somewhere dead. Keep reading.
Um, for she shall eat them for want of all things.
You see, that eat them ain't literally eating them. That's is using them so that she can get the thing that she wants. That's selling your baby for dope so you can get high because you're a dope fan, right? Prostituting your daughter out because you broke and niggas don't want to have sex with you. Keep going.
Oh, for want of all things, secretly in the siege and straitness,
Mhm.
wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gate.
And that's the key part right there. The distress in thy gates. That's being distressed in your home. That's being distressed in your personal life. That's being distressed in your community. Without a man being there, without somebody to defend that woman, she's gonna act off of survival. And survival mode sometimes means I need to get high and escape my reality. She runs to a vice. By running to that vice, she put her babies in danger. And ain't no telling what she's willing to do so that she don't gotta accept to deal with the reality of her situation. Those all of what we read that the curses that apply to the men and the curse that we read that apply to the women, all of that could be prevented if we follow the law. So fearing the Most High is our wisdom in the sight of the nations. When we fear Him, then these things aren't open to us to happen to us. You know what I'm saying? Drop that. I'm gonna go one more and we're gonna get out of here. Give me Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6.
This is the book of Isaiah,
You got the announcements. All right, good. Keep reading.
Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. Al Akim and Al Pakim have it. Come.
Hold on, sister, still looking for it. If y'all don't do nothing, man, fear the Most High. At the very, very basic level, when you ain't gotta love every brother. Because right now you not may not be equipped to do that, but the number one thing you need to do is know that the Most High is real, and you need to fear Him because it don't just affect you. Daniel was a righteous brother in Babylon. His whole people got carried into Babylon while he was righteous. Zechariah, everybody, Job, who else? Noah. All these people was righteous, and all of them had to suffer because they people was wicked. So just because you righteous don't mean that it ain't your problem, because it is your problem. This is every righteous brother's problem. If your people are suffering from a hell of demons, but you're not, well, now their suffering is your problem. You have to do something to fix it because they you never know. They might do something just so damn heinous they earn us a whole nother captivity. The scriptures don't say that in the prophecy, thank God, but that's how extreme it really is. And you think I'm lying if you read the book of Joshua, start is it Joshua? The book of Judges. The first 4 or 5 chapters all start with, and the children of Israel is in captivity, and they cried out to the Most High. He sent somebody to save them. They were saved from captivity. Then they committed sin. They committed wickedness in the eyes of the Lord, went back into captivity. Not every Israelite was wicked, but there was niggas amongst them that was. And instead of stopping that from being a thing and discouraging them from being that way, it it just kept going. It's not my problem. They just got to make their atonement. They offer the 2 turtle doves for the sacrifice, offer the bull, offer the ram for whatever sacrifices, and they seem to be forgiven. That way of thinking, it's not my problem, is why they kept going into captivity. They kept going in captivity. You know what I'm saying? You got that? Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times,
Mm-hmm.
and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Fearing him is his treasure, but that's our treasure. That's our strength. Fearing him means that we're gonna follow what he tells us to do. What he tells us to do? Keep the law. Keeping the law means that I love you. Keeping the law means I'm gonna lay down my life to defend you if necessary. Keeping the law means can't nobody run in here and do nothing to nobody in this room. before I get up and get y'all to safety. I'm gonna move y'all away. I'm gonna deal with the threat, and then behind me, it's gonna be him, then him. Quiet as kept is gonna be me, him, then him, and then the rest of y'all to protect them and protect him, and then y'all. That's the responsibility, right? But I'm only that way. We only that way though because of the law. Without the law, it's nigga, it's you or me. Without the law, it's a matter who can run faster than me. That's it. That's the black and white, right? Without the law, I don't have to care about your well being because it ain't affecting me in this immediate moment. You know, I don't. It don't matter to me if you get away from the danger or not. As long as I get away, I'ma still be breathing. I'm sorry for your loss. I wish it didn't happen, but I gotta worry about me. With the law, I'm worried about you before I'm worried about me. I got one more slot here. I'm in on some brotherhood stuff. Go to Leviticus 35 and 25. 25 and 35 slot here. You need on this one.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 25, verse 35. All Akim and Apakim have it.
Hold on. Wait a second.
Verse 35. And if thy brother be waxen poor
If he's suffering, keep going.
and fallen in decay with thee,
And life then got real hard for that brother. Keep going.
then thou shalt relieve him.
It don't say you should relieve him. It don't say you got the option, you got the choice. What does it say? Read it again.
Then thou shalt relieve him.
That's your responsibility to your brother. That's the responsibility you owe to your sisters. If they got something going on, you have to relieve them. It don't matter whether you it's convenient, whether you want to or you don't want to. That level of brotherhood fixes everything wrong in the black community. That level of sisterhood fixes everything wrong in the black community. Keep reading.
Talmud Khan. Yea, though he may be a stranger or a sojourner, that he may live with thee.
That he might live with you because outside of you is death. Outside of your brotherhood, the love that you show that brother is death. So what you gonna let your brother do? You gonna let him die? Let him suffer? Because it's not what you feel like doing right now. I could I got a whole nother I could go into a whole nother class now behind that. I got three precepts that just popped in my head. But we ain't gonna do that today. We'll do it next week. But everybody to what? Anybody got any questions? All right, with that, I pass the class off to Police Officer Kabashwan. I got the phone.
This is the ISUPK security announcement. We are the ISUPK started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 month period in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, found in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashra, 10% of every penny the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher, priest fund, free will offer for priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. A coming holy convocation, memorial of blowing trumpets. It will be Friday, September 11th, the year 2026. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, or war scarf. And with that, I'm in the Israel Maju. Please stand.
All right, all men of Israel, we're gonna get one question. Salute. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yajim Matah, hands down. Saw, turn place to sister. Sisters. Amajim, means stand. All right, all men of Israel, we're gonna get one question. Salute to the sisters. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak.
Yahweh Shemarathan Hashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahusha.
Yajim Matah. Saw. Dismissed.